Oh, new personal best. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me get out. No, no, no. No, no, no.
To then become the next CEO's problem. For an example of this, see the 2008 financial crisis.
People that work in Amazon fulfillment centers, that's probably the least fulfilling job that you could ever have. People take these jobs because they have to, not because they want to.
Yes, but eliminating the job doesn't solve.
That's... Hello? Listen, I love being a streamer too, but like... Spoiler alert, that's all work. Okay? Wait. Oh, should I wait to call it? Are you guys looting?
Yeah, you can call it.
That's all work. Nobody wants to work. Most people don't like working. That's why it's called work and not recess.
Of the problem of a person needing a job. It's just reducing their options.
They're trying to plot a trajectory for where their business is going to be. So right now, it's doing some people's jobs, and later on, it's going to be doing everybody's jobs. Or more people's jobs.
And again, as Asmongold is about to see, they aren't just letting go of people who don't do anything.
A perfect example of this that we saw earlier this year was when Microsoft let go of Ron Buckton.
That's right. They fired because they didn't need him.
Suddenly discovered to be a slacker after 18 years of promotions? Or is it that executives looked at a spreadsheet, saw his senior level salary, and decided that number was too big?
I do think that, like, I mean, to be fair, like, I'm in general in favor of AI, but I do think they're probably overshooting and probably firing too many people too quickly. But I think that the inevitability of this is not to be denied.
Earlier this week, there was talking about the fact that last year there were 1.2 million graduates for 17,000 jobs.
Then why the fuck do we keep importing people?
Without validating the premise of his description,
What is... Our unemployment is not that high. What? Okay.
because that's not how immigration works. Put simply, expanding the population isn't a zero-sum substitution of laborers. The necessities of immigrants provide the demand for new services that allow companies and social programs to grow their customer base and funding.
There used to be a retard that would sit there with a screwdriver and screw a bolt into a tire and get paid the equivalent of $75 an hour, live in a beautiful house, have every benefit that he wanted, have a family that he supported, 2 cars and the boat, and go on.
This, everybody believes this, and it is just not fucking true. I don't know if this is like the sitcom, like, error where people think that, like, everybody lived in these, you know, types of lives. But it's just not true. This is like somebody going back. There was a meme about this where if you've ever watched, like, The Big Bang Theory, or basically any modernish sitcom, like in The Big Bang Theory, I think Penny is like a waitress or a server, and she lives in like a pretty big apartment. Aren't they in New York City? It's like a nice place, and it's like nobody can afford this on one person's income, especially on a job like that. Like there's, but like that's just, it's for the TV shows, okay?
On vacations.
This is what happens when propaganda is too effective. This belief is based on the visualizations used in ad campaigns, merging with stories of expanded workers' rights. Things got better, but the reason we have that imagery is because that's what people aspire to. If they already had it, it wouldn't work in advertising.
What do we do about it? Well, you have to tax companies that are using automation in a way that, you know, you can redistribute the money into the population. But, like, it's not going to happen. I think we're going to have to bring back somehow, like, slavery or something like that. Like, I don't know, maybe feudalism.
Like, you really think slavery is easier to bring back than just higher tax brackets? Really?
It's one or the other. Maybe both. Or you could have a plague. Maybe all 3.
And once that's done, we can finally eradicate all the Puerto Ricans on the planet!
Wall Street literally rewards human suffering. And some
Well, yeah, of course. There's a lot of money you can make off of people being sick.
of you may own
I went into the fucking the oncology place. I felt like I was walking into the Hilton fucking hotel with my dad. He got pancreatic cancer. And I walk in there, I say, oh, there ain't no way they're curing this shit.
It's not like that as a show of wealth. It's because cancer treatment is awful, and treatment centers try to make things as comfortable as possible for what minimal relief it can provide.
She is right about everything, and it doesn't matter. Nobody knows how to think. Everybody is going to be turned into a battery, and that's just the way it's going to be.
I'm not sure how to square Asmon believing in AI as something that's good for humanity, while also seeing it as something that will help facilitate the destruction of people's general happiness.
I think that if things keep going the way that they do, we are going to have a eugenic effect of the lowest IQ people literally die because they can't take care of themselves. No way, ChatGPT will take care of them. Well, it will tell them, no, you don't want a soda today. You want to drink bleach. And they'll be like, really? Okay, all right.
And as you can see from the smiling mask behind Asmongold's head, the next video he watches is an anti-Semitic right-wing nutjob. And I don't mean that as an insult, I mean in his video about the Inquisition, he asserts anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. You can check out this guy's video if you want a full breakdown, telling us why the Crusades, which killed millions of innocent people, were good actually because at least it was in the name of defeating Muslims.
Ridley Scott, the director of the film,
I'm gonna die in this night, right? I'm gonna get triggered.
You can see why he deliberately portray things this way. The events are held as a staple of why we need separation of church and state.
Asmon can recognize that's propaganda, but much like Hassan, he basically leans into it anyway.
By 900 AD, Islam had expanded, by conquest, all the way to France and southern Italy.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
They turned the Mediterranean into an unsafe hellhole. This crashed the European economy and made
Wait, so you're telling me that all the way back then, they were going out and fucking with boats? And now they're still going out and fucking with boats? 1,000 years. We're dealing with these guys fucking with boats.
According to the UN, an estimated 32,000 people have died since 2014 trying to reach Europe by boat.
Islam's so-called Golden Age came at Europe and Christianity's expense. This is the true reason that many consider the years 600 AD to 1000 AD a dark age for Europe.
The label Dark Ages is a misnomer based on the premise of this period in history not having a significant number of written records, which in itself is also not true.
Here's how historian John J. O'Neill describes the circumstances.
John J. O'Neill is not a historian. I couldn't find any actual mention of him on the internet outside of the ebook Pax Tube is citing here.
Based.
Oh boy, burning cross imagery.
Who's
Based.
controlling Jerusalem right now? I actually don't even know.
Hassan doesn't
Based.
know what the Western Wall is, but Asmongold doesn't even know where it is.
Jewish people have it now. Israel has it now. So all this was for fucking.
But you know what? And this is see, this is the thing. Asmongold is just more honest sometimes about how like dumb or doesn't give a fuck about some things he is, right? Like at points, like if he just doesn't know, he'll just say it. It's not like he pretends to know shit. He'll just fucking use heuristics to be way too confident on shit that he's too lazy to actually do research on, and then on other shit he just doesn't give a fuck. God, I hate Hassan so much. I can't believe these are the two largest fucking political streamers on Twitch. Kill me. Kill me.
We need separation of church and state.
Asmon
No, you don't want a soda today. You want to drink bleach.
It's because cancer treatment is awful and
You really think slavery is easier to bring back than just higher tax brackets? Really?
It's one or the other. Maybe both. Or you could have a plague. Maybe all three.
And once that's done, we can finally eradicate all the Puerto Ricans of the planet!
Wall Street literally rewards human suffering. And some
Well, yeah, of course. There's a lot of money you can make off of people being sick.
of you may own
I went into the fucking the oncology place. I felt like I was walking into the Hilton fucking hotel with my dad. He got pancreatic cancer. And I walk in there, I say, oh, there ain't no way they're curing this shit.
it's not like that as a show of wealth. It's because cancer treatment is awful and treatment centers try to make things as comfortable as possible for what minimal relief it can provide.
She is right about everything, and it doesn't matter. Nobody knows how to think. Everybody is going to be turned into a battery, and that's just the way it's going to be.
I'm not sure how to square Asmon believing in AI is something that's good for humanity, while also seeing it as something that will help facilitate the destruction of people's general happiness.
I think that if things keep going the way that they do, we are going to have a eugenic effect of the lowest IQ people literally die because they can't take care of themselves. No way, ChatGPT will take care of them. Well, it will tell them, no, you don't want a soda today. You want to drink bleach. And they'll be like, really? Okay, all right.
And as you can see from the smiling mask behind Asmongold's head, the next video he watches is an anti-Semitic right-wing nutjob, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean in his video about the Inquisition, he asserts anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. You can check out this guy's video if you want a full breakdown, telling us why the Crusades, which killed millions of innocent people, were good actually because at least it was in the name of defeating Muslims.
That Ridley Scott, the director of the film,
I'm gonna die in this night raid. I'm gonna get triggered.
You can see why he deliberately portray things this way. The events are held as a staple of why we need separation of church and state.
Asmon
Yeah.
can recognize that's propaganda, but much like Hassan, he basically leans into it anyway.
By 900 AD, Islam had expanded, by conquest, all the way to France and southern Italy.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
They turned the Mediterranean into an unsafe hellhole. This crashed the European economy and made
Wait, so you're telling me that all the way back then, they were going out and fucking with boats? And now they're still going out and fucking with boats? 1,000 years. We're dealing with these guys fucking with boats.
According to the UN, an estimated 32,000 people have died since 2014 trying to reach Europe by boat.
Islam's so-called Golden Age came at Europe and Christianity's expense. This is the true reason that many consider the years 600 AD to 1000 AD a dark age for Europe.
The label Dark Ages is a misnomer based on the premise of this period in history not having a significant number of written records, which in itself is also not true.
Here's how historian John J. O'Neill describes the circumstances.
John J. O'Neill is not a historian. I couldn't find any actual mention of him on the internet outside of the ebook Pax Tube is citing here.
Based.
Oh boy, burning cross imagery.
Who's
Based.
controlling Jerusalem right now? I actually don't even know.
Hassan doesn't
Based.
know what the Western Wall is, but Asmongold doesn't even know where it is.
Jewish people have it now. Israel has it now. So all this was for fucking.
But you know what? And this is see, this is the thing. Asmongold is just more honest sometimes about how like dumb or doesn't give a fuck about some things he is, right? Like at points, like if he just doesn't know, he'll just say it. It's not like he pretends to know shit. He'll just fucking use heuristics to be way too confident on shit that he's too lazy to actually do research on, and then on other shit he just doesn't give a fuck. God, I hate Hassan so much. I can't believe these are the two largest fucking political streamers on Twitch. Kill me. Kill me. Bro, get this shit out of here. Get that shit out of here.
Nothing. I'm sorry, but like I cannot get over the irony of the Muslims and the Christians fucking fought and killed each other over Jerusalem for like 1,000 years, and now the Jews have it. Neither of us have it. It's the Jews that have it now. But I do think that it seems like the Crusades were not a universal, like one-dimensional moral evil. I think that seems to be the case.
Nope, millions died. The threat to individual people on the ground does not justify the actions undertaken in the name of conquest and empire by kings and popes. Lastly, Asmon gets triggered by a video game review.
Eurogamer is totally captured by identity politics and progressive values.
True.
And all these people are losing their jobs, and we're going to send them all back to McDonald's. All of these different media companies, they are all biased. None of them should be trusted. The only people you should trust are individual YouTube creators, and even them you should take with a massive grain of salt, even including me. I said there's never a book in cursive. I don't need to read that.
True.
But I never read books either.
It was the same thing.
The fact that kids today aren't forced to learn cursive, bro. They used to tell us that shit all the time. When you go to college, you think they're going to let you print for your assignments? Absolutely not. Every single assignment is going to be done in full cursive. I feel like I might have been like the last year generation of kids that learned that, or maybe one or two after me did, like years after me did, but Jesus.
Talking earlier, where like people grind for games because they don't have anything else going on in real life.
And
Actually, fuck, wait, even my assignments in high school, I didn't have to fucking write in cursive. Right? I don't think I did. I graduated in 2007. Wait, did you ever have to? I feel like I had to use cursive in grade school. I don't know if I ever had to use cursive in high school. What the fuck?
And this is my computer password. And if I had another computer, I could typically show you exactly what I'm talking about, but all I have is an iPad. So this is my iPad ID. And as you can see, it's not going to let me connect to my iPad. But I could connect my iPad to control my computer, although it would stop the recording of my screencast-o-matic. So in order for me to show you, I can't really show you, but I can give you a good example as to what it would typically do.
When the fuck was this ever even required ever?
That was just day one.
Silver 2 to Silver 1, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. I'm so sick. I'm killing it in real life.
You feel like you're not wasting your time.
Exactly.
Like there is no better feeling than to play video games all day and to go to bed and know you did something. And I felt that way
Guys,
a
where
lot,
does the spider
but
spawn on this
problem
map?
was for me is I turned like 27 because I was like, man,
He's over
I've been
there.
doing this for like 10 years nonstop. And my friend just got married, and my other friend has a job, and I have I've got this new mount, you know, it's pretty cool.
You said a quote years ago that really fucked me up. You're on Facebook, and you see all these middle-aged women, posting about the Minions movie, taking their kids out to the movie theater, and then you realize those middle-aged women were your classmates in high school, bro.
It's a real reality check. I had to lay down after that one.
Yep.
Yeah. And well, I think that also like a lot of these games, right? I mean, they do kind of like they're super cheerful. They're really happy. And so I think that they do have like a big appeal to people that are kind of like feeling empty or they don't really have something going for them in real life. And then so they play these games and it makes them feel better. Usually whenever I'm laying in bed, I'm just on my phone. Like video games to me, it's like, oh, that's work, right? Like, cause usually like what I do is I'll just read Twitter and then respond to people on Twitter. I'll be like, yeah, you're fat, something like that, right?
Well, that's a strong indicator for how today's gonna go. Guys, trans in bathrooms.
And fat people.
ATSTs.
How is it that we had this right for 2,000 years, and now we're literally reinventing the wheel?
We did not. Bathrooms segregated by sex and or gender are a modern idea.
What did you like watch movies growing up, or are they like the people get bullied in the men's bathroom?
Trans people do experience higher risks of harassment and assault when using public bathrooms.
If you make people use the bathroom that their sex is at birth, right? Then you're also going to have women that transition to men walking in the women's bathroom. No matter which way you cut it, you're going to have people that look like guys walking into the women's bathroom.
That is correct.
The best solution is just to have a third fucking bathroom.
While this notion is common, it does
Why
not
not
solve the
just
inherent
fucking who
problems
the
for either
fuck
party.
cares?
People who
Oh
want
my
bathroom bans are
god.
trying to push trans people out of public life altogether, and trans people wouldn't be any safer because the very premise makes it easier to identify them. The issue isn't trans people. It's people willing to harass others based on assumptions that aren't even correct a lot of the time. But maybe they're all just Karens, right?
Like
True.
ultimately, bathrooms are supposed to be like gender safe spaces, right? I mean, generally.
That was the original justification for sex-segregated bathrooms when they were established, because men didn't know how to handle women in the workplace because they believed they belong in the home.
This would have never happened if
Or
women couldn't vote.
sexually assaulted.
Man, Man, so true, brother. So true. Absolutely.
And that was the original mindset.
Like, I don't think the world has to become comfortable with these people. I think these people have to be comfortable with the world.
There's a slim degree of truth to this, insofar as pushing for rights is a slow, painful process. But the same can be said in the exact opposite direction, that personal discomfort is not broad justification for exclusion. The streamer Valkyrie had a minor controversy over her wardrobe.
Like, I wouldn't wear... Like, if Balenciaga sent me something, I would wear it if I thought it was comfortable, you know, or I liked the way it
Valkyrie's
looked.
statement here was hilarious.
You get all these strings attached to you, bro. And you get enough strings attached to you and you become a puppet. Said high-priced merch is just a way to liberate retarded people from their money. Yeah.
I think Asmon just indirectly called her the R-word. Hassan's back in China again.
Okay, what is he wearing? I don't know what nobody knows. He's in another country, but I'm still on his mind. What can I say? It's because I play video games a lot. And I play their video games a lot. What I think is even funnier is that a lot of my viewpoints on the way video games should be made and the types of things that should and should not be included in video games. Do you know who agrees with me on that a lot?
Your mom?
Chinese people.
No, it's the Chinese government.
They killed the
As
spider.
Lee pointed out, media is heavily regulated and censored in China.
Well, but they put people in work camps and they harvest their organs.
So?
And I said, I already like them. You don't have to convince me.
So Asmongold's logic is, Europe is bad because the cops don't do anything. China is good because work camps and organ harvesting.
I don't know if they do or not, but either way, it's pretty edgy.
While watching a Steven Crowder video where he mentions Asmongold, we get to hear his policy on lying.
I hate lying to people, to be honest with you. I love deceiving people, but I hate lying. So I love telling people the truth and making them believe that it's a lie, but I hate actually having to lie. I feel like it's like cheating. Because like there's like the game of deception. People are like, well, you wouldn't need a dog, would you? I'm like, I'd need a person. They're like, you shouldn't have said that. I'm like, yeah, probably not. But it's true.
Okie dokie.
Go on a show? Maybe one day I will.
You do not need to go on Steven Crowder's show.
And I don't like actually saying A is B, but I would maybe say, you know, a lowercase a is capital A, right? Because I feel like that's a little bit more exciting for me. It's more entertaining. It's more engaging.
Following another conversation about gay people in China, Asmongold looks at the trailer for the new Black Ops.
I've heard Call of Duty actually sucks dick.
Asmon has his own idea for what Call of Duty should do in its next game.
So I told you guys they should have gone with my 9/11 idea. They should put Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, we're done listening to that.
I would have the people jumping out of the building.
Thankfully, Asmongold has the right idea about what age of consent means.
18 is barely legal, and 15 is under that by like 3 years. Like, doesn't she see, like, I mean, that's clearly not, that's not even barely illegal. Doesn't she see, like, I mean, that's 15 is under that. By like 3 years. Like, doesn't she see, like, I mean, that's clearly not, that's not even barely illegal. That's just illegal. Most of America is 16. Well, it's not 15. Like, what are you even talking about? You're not even arguing. That could be what you're saying too. Like, I don't even, what? 15-year-olds today are less mature than they were 40 years ago? Well, yeah, of course. You know, if you look at history, people very, very commonly, for like 99% of history, had kids before 18, okay? This is an established fact. Everybody knows this.
Another common misconception based on education that centers primarily on the ruling class. It was not that common, relative to our modern understanding of sex education and contraception, to have a kid before you were in your 20s. There are obvious health risks involved, but also the fact that whether you were a boy or a girl, odds are you were living on a farm, and farms demand work. But he has the exact wrong idea about why this conversation is happening.
Is that they think that Megyn Kelly is trying to create a future, like a future argument for why it's okay that some political person she was attached to
Trump
was in a relationship with a 15-year-old.
It's Trump.
That's, I think, kind of that's why I think people are mad about it. I don't really see a reason for it. There's no purpose. It's totally counterproductive, and it doesn't help her in any way.
Now we're forced to hear about what Asmongold thinks of the Super Mario Brothers sexuality.
Like, Bowser is super rich, he's really powerful, he's huge, and then Princess Peach always just happens to get kidnapped by Bowser. Are we really believing that? Yeah, she wants that big lizard dick. I'm just saying, guys. Yeah, Mario's getting cucked. He is. Mario's getting cucked. That's why I said that you could prove Luigi had a bigger dick than Mario. Princess Peach is always getting kidnapped by Bowser, but you never see Daisy getting kidnapped.
I prefer Hornet being gay to this perversion. Activision released a statement about AI usage in the new Black Ops, and you'll never guess what Asmon's perspective on it is.
If you are one of these dick-sucking retards that likes to complain about AI and, oh, AI's so bad, I hate AI, I'm against AI, AI's so horrible, you know what you're going to be? You're going to be a dick-sucking retard for the rest of your life. And
can I just say, the worst fucking thing about fucking AI is how many of you fucking retards get so ass-pained about it all the fucking time. Oh my god, I cannot wait until the AI shit is more common so that every single fucking time a new thing is posted, you fucking retards aren't scurrying to those, this is AI, I think this is fucking AI. Like, bro, Who the fuck cares? Move the fuck on. Is it good content or not? Get it the fuck out. Oh my god.
Everybody is just going to laugh at you more and more and more.
I'm starting to think that people being gay actually crosses his mind a lot, whether or not he's actually into it.
Yeah, where's all the women, guys? This game must have been from a long time ago. You know what's so fucking insane? Is the fact that this actually happened. You guys ever think about that?
That's crazy.
Like, this shit actually happened.
Asmongold really knows how to sound like a stoner even though he doesn't do drugs.
It's actually so sad how badass video games used to be. And I'm just going to say it.
What?
These were games that were made by guys for guys.
Are you ready for Asmongold to turn his gamer brain up to 11?
This is when gaming used to be good.
Wait,
And now
what?
You have these video games that are made to just be slop that's enjoyable to everyone.
Bruh. Not to knock any particular type of game. Okay. Not to knock any particular type of game, because I think all game genres are beautiful. I've played games across a ton of different genres, but my brother in Christ, you grinded mounts on World of Warcraft for like 20 fucking years. What the fuck place do you have to talk about real gaming or good games or manly games? You're flying around on multicolored dragons, grinding the 1 out of 50,000 cuck drop to get the next golden lizard thing that you can hop your ass around Azeroth on. Give me a fucking break. Holy shit.
No, no, that's not how it works. This has happened to every single video game, is that women have gotten into video games and they've made them for women. And I don't like this. This makes me fucking mad.
According to the entertainment software...
This is, I'm sorry. Oh, it's such a perfect thing, okay? Listen, dude, there's this concept called the male gaze, but don't waste your time with it, because when you see it, it's everywhere, okay? This concept that everything in the world, especially as a white guy, everything is made for you and has to be for you. If a woman looks a certain way, you criticize her because she's not appeasing to your cock. If a woman is doing a certain thing, it's not okay because it's not appealing to you. Like, for a white man, especially, this is like enough of a criticism. That's it, right? Women, like the fact that women are in video games now, they're making video games for women. What, does everything in the world have to be made just for you? Like, they can probably make games you just don't give a fuck about, right? You know that's okay, right? Oh my god. Maybe there was more to his statement, though. I will say, not to criticize this guy too much, I feel like this guy is cutting this Asmongold video up quite a bit more than he did for prior ones. Like, we were listening to longer versions of this, where this feels a little bit more clippy, but...
No, that's not how it works. This has happened to every single video game, is that women have gotten into video games and they've made them for women. And I don't like this. This makes me fucking mad.
According to the Entertainment Software Association, 45% of all gamers in 2010 were female, and in 2013, 42% played MMOs. Since then, the total number has risen to 48%.
I am having my culture appropriated. Like, I don't go to the salon and say, why is nobody listening to Rob Zombie in here? And we don't do that. We don't do that to them. This is what we used to have. Okay? This was the peak, and I think that it's girls getting in there and trying to change shit.
No, Asmon, it's the fact that you're...
I also, like, I try to be mindful of this when I say, I'm not sure if I'm just looking through nostalgia, tinted glasses. At some point, you have to wonder, like, you know what? I think that the peak of X media was actually when I was between the ages of 14 and 20. And it's like, congratulations. You have the same feeling that every single human being in existence has literally always had. That's correct. The type of content and media that you consume in your late teens, your most formative years, is the type of content you tend to like the most. And when you get older, you're going to not like the new stuff and you're going to gravitate towards the old stuff. Like, do you think it's a coincidence that literally every single fucking prior generation has always said these exact same fucking things?
We're getting older and starting to age out of the primary demographic these games are marketed towards.
No. Absolutely fucking not.
To show how games used to be good, he compares those...
Conduit guy is in YouTube chat? Oh, shit. Most of the cuts are Dead Space. Oh, you're not... Don't watch my channel. I'm playing video games. I'm playing games so you finish all these videos, because I'm not going to get 1 week cut by you, motherfucker. Why are you not verified on YouTube? What the fuck?
Warlords of Draenor cinematic from World of Warcraft to Dragonflight.
Gaming right now is better than it used to be, and anyone who's not retarded can see this. There is a legitimate criticism to make about gaming, but it is a ooh, careful. I don't like criticizing capitalism here, but it's the capitalism critique of, I've drawn this circle a million times, right? A thing happens and it's really cool, and then people are like trying to grow this appeal, and they're experimenting and they're doing weird and crazy things, but eventually once the quote unquote formula is found, then that just gets iterated on a billion times, and that kind of becomes the industry, unless you get breakouts or like really established people who can afford to take risks or do kind of like crazy things. But that's like par for the course for everything. But it's just a result of like market forces. Like, that's where all the money investment goes, because that's where the highest return shit goes, because that's where the highest monetary return is, for better or for worse.
Absolutely fucking not.
To show how games used to be good, he compares the Warlords of Draenor cinematic from World of Warcraft to Dragonflight.
Because this shit used to be so badass, and now it's cringe.
The premise Asmon is working from isn't men dominating the industry, it's nostalgia.
It's a bunch of a Karen game design. That's all it is. Literally Karen game design.
What does Karen mean here except problem you are blaming on imagined women?
And so guys should have a complete monopoly on making games?
Got him.
Yes. And if girls want to make games, they should make their own games. You have Stardew Valley. You have Animal Crossing. You have Pokemon. And I'm not saying always.
I'm sorry. Stardew Valley and Pokemon are girl games? Wait, what?
There's plenty of women who write great stories. But the difference is that whenever you're writing something like World of Warcraft, this is a story about big, hairy, muscular men killing each other and dying for honor, glory, tradition.
Spoilers about the ending of Warlords of Draenor if you care about that. But the main character in the cinematic he watched earlier dies refusing to take any responsibility for his own.
This, not to, I'm cucking out super hard with the left statements right now, but like,
About the ending of Warlords.
this is also like such a quote unquote toxically masculine statement, right? That like, this is for men and men love these types of games. Like, you know what else is a really popular game that every fucking man liked was The Last of Us. And that was very much not about huge burly men just murdering everybody. It was like a fathered stepdaughter-ish like adventure zombie survival game. Like that. I don't know why I'm even correcting this. Minecraft was for women.
Draenor if you care about that. But the main character in the cinematic he watched earlier dies refusing to take any responsibility for his own actions, revealing himself ultimately to be incredibly weak and petulant.
You failed me! You made me what I am!
Don't let yourself get tone policed by these annoying fucking Karens. This is a masculine thing.
Watch him counter someone's transphobia with what I think qualifies as its own transphobia, but in a way that's still inclusive.
Remember valid criticisms of child touching mentally ill people isn't hate? I mean, I don't think that every person that is a transsexual is a child toucher. I mean, like, that's insane. Why would you even say that? I don't really think that you can change your gender, like, not entirely. Like, obviously, if somebody wants to go through the requisite procedures and everything, I'll use their preferred pronouns because I don't want to create a conflict with somebody.
Honestly, I'm fine with this. Obviously, I have a different understanding of sex and gender, but if we're talking about the broader public, tolerance should be the acceptable baseline. It even gets covered in a World of Warcraft cinematic.
I have learned patience, tolerance.
But you can obviously dress different ways and get surgery and then, act and behave and be seen as a woman in society. I think that's true.
Here's a good example of why I find Asmongold interesting. He just clearly laid out gender presentation as a social standard of expectations with regards to femininity and masculinity. But even with that understanding, he falls back on gender as a binary because biological delineations between men and women, even though trans people aren't even trying to take that away. In the simplest terms, without trying to step on people's personal definitions or present as an expert myself, it's just people who want to exist at certain ends of the spectrum between masculinity and femininity and be recognized as such.
So really, I don't know why there's such a weird distinction for people to have, right? And there's no point to being mean, I agree. Yeah, exactly. The reason why people get hyper obsessed with trans stuff is because it's always being put in their face.
Remember what I said about the passive social media feeds? I never see trans shit ever. The only people I ever hear talking, even as fucked as my X feed is, the only people I ever hear talking about trans shit are conservatives. Where the fuck are all of these people pushing trans shit? What? It's always conservatives talking about it. Holy shit.
And if I had to guess, I would say the reason this is an issue that comes up a lot for Asmon is that his regular news presents it to him as being one.
So they see a new show comes out and there's a trans character. Trans people are like 0.6% of the population.
Are there even famous liberal trans? Is there a famous liberal trans protagonist? Because I feel like all of the famous left-leaning, all of the famous, like the famous trans people are just antagonist for conservatives. So like people might look at the swimmer person, but she's only a popular person because the fucking Riley Gaines girl, that's like her primary fucking antagonist in her life. Like that's the only reason why people even fucking know about this person as much as they do. Jesus. I love conservatives. Find me a spider.
But if you look at media representation, you'd think that they're like 10 or 20%.
According to GLAAD, in 2023, there were 33 trans characters in total across all TV shows between cable and streaming. Trans people aren't taking up a huge chunk of space. They're just taking up a space.
It keeps getting forced on them.
If the compromise you have to make to enjoy a product made for a broad audience is that someone has a lifestyle you don't necessarily understand or agree with, but isn't directly harming anyone, that's a you problem to get over. Now it's Irrelevant's turn to have his reaction to Lonerbox's reaction to Hassan's reactions reacted to by Asmongold.
The thing that everybody accused him of doing with Israel, which is like some paid propaganda, social crap.
Every Jew is being paid by Israel to promote Israel. I learned this on Instagram Reels.
While I don't think Asmon is being serious, I have concerns if his Instagram algorithm is feeding him anti-Semitic posts.
There's some other things that I learned on Instagram Reels too, but I don't think the chat's ready for those yet. I saw an AI translated speech of obviously Adolf Hitler on Instagram Reels, and it had 200,000 likes. And I was thinking to myself, that's a lot.
Why is that your Instagram recommendations?
I always joke about this, about how wars get announced on my days off. I took a day off yesterday and a war got announced. How does this keep happening?
Knowing that, let's see what Asmongold's reactions to the bombings in Venezuela are.
Now, do I totally agree with the regime change? I don't know really if I do or not. I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on it one way or another, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not totally against it, though. Only the people can hold their government accountable, right? You know, we can't
How does he see me through the
It's
grass?
going to get better, right? If their economy is built off of basically sending illegal drugs to our country, then it is our problem.
The Venezuelan economy is built on oil. Once again, propaganda takes its toll as Asmon wonders why the military has such a hard time with forces that are seemingly insignificant in comparison.
I always wonder, like, how much of that is like a forced problem and how much of it is that they just let it happen. Because I've always assumed it's like, if we have satellites that can read a license plate, why can't we figure out what these guys are doing?
Most of the technology developed for the military is about putting as much distance as possible between yourself and a target while still being able to connect with it. Guerrilla warfare is about closing that distance.
And like, my opinion is that, like, with the Vietnam War and with the Iraq War, is that we were not there to win.
Stop.
We were there to continue fueling the military-industrial complex. I think if we had tried to actually accomplish any one specific goal there, it would have happened extremely fast.
This would require a much longer explanation than I'm equipped to provide here. So basically, the problems our military faces in extended conflicts are not limited to what we can or can't
He
blow
didn't
up.
even die.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if he starts a war over there, I think that most Americans probably won't really
died.
care that much as long as soldiers aren't being sent over there.
If Trump unilaterally and unconstitutionally decides to throw the U.S. military at a country, regardless of whether any soldiers are in immediate danger, people are going to care.
Not in the Western Hemisphere,
that?
not in our
What's that
backyard,
about?
because that destabilizes trade, it destabilizes economies. It's the
Where'd it go?
security of the United States at stake here.
Thankfully, that's the last political story he covers before he gets to the new video game where wins meet. You know, I've never actually seen Asmongold play a video game. I wonder what it's like.
Oh boy.
Not eating food is really OP in terms of losing weight.
Listen, I'm not an expert, but I think Asmongold has an eating disorder.
You're just like those girls? No, I'm not. You just don't eat food. That's easy. It's easy. You just stop eating food. I don't make a big deal out of it. You just do it. There's a lot of foods low in calories. Most people just want the sugar. I love sugar. I started eating way more sugar, and everything in my life improved.
And that would be a sign of depression.
Like, in 100 years, there might not be anybody with diabetes anymore. Yeah, it's probably just going to go away. Story mode, this is for girls, I guess. This is for, I guess, normal people.
Were you even listening?
Shut up, bitch! This bitch is wild. Damn, bitch. This bitch is mad. You stupid fat bitch.
Please stop calling the child a bitch.
This bitch tries to tell me what to
A lot of
do.
strangers in town lately.
Well, I tried.
You guys notice there aren't any fat people in this game? Cocksucker.
King.
So this next topic will be regarding the Christchurch shooting.
I'm gonna give an unhinged take. You know what the funny thing is I feel like just by virtue of, well, actually no, I couldn't say that because I haven't seen him. I was gonna say by virtue of like being a gamer, and if you're in guilds and you've got girls and shit in guilds, you tend to have more interactions. You're not quite as sexist. So I wonder how much of Asmongold's sexism is like performative. Like, I have to hate the women's, but like interpersonally, maybe he wouldn't necessarily do it. I feel like for some reason he has the demeanor of somebody who wouldn't be like interpersonally sexist. Whereas I feel like Hassan is like the exact opposite. Like, he tries to be outwardly like sometimes progressive depending upon his thing or whatever, but like Hassan is very clearly still like hardcore in his like frat era mentally in terms of how he views women. So it's just interesting flip between the two.
Aftermath.
Do you feel like this person was influenced by these people on YouTube?
If you did read this guy's manifesto, this
Hey,
guy was
that's
like an
me!
extreme like alt-right figure. He wanted to rely on government to literally kick out all Muslims from New Zealand. So he felt that he needed to go to a place and target and kill the most non-Muslims possible, and he went to a mosque and did it. I do think that like hateful rhetoric can lead to hateful acts of violence. I mean, that chain is to establish that is very complicated. You know, people maybe listen to a few jokes in one place, start posting a poll in another place, start getting drafted into more extremist groups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of people that are really good gateways for this. I mean, Who's this people have guy? written out so many different types of studies for how you can start watching a Joe Rogan famous groups, et cetera, is to go hard interpersonal, quite as sexist. So I wonder how much of Asmongold's sexism is like performative. Like, I have to hate the women's, but like interpersonally, maybe he wouldn't necessarily do it. I feel like for some reason he has the demeanor of somebody who wouldn't be like interpersonally sexist. Whereas I feel like Hassan is like the exact opposite. Like, he tries to be outwardly like sometimes progressive depending upon his thing or whatever, but like Hassan is very clearly still like hardcore in his like frat era mentally in terms of how he views women. So it's just interesting flip between the two.
Aftermath.
Do you feel like this person was influenced by these people on YouTube?
If you did read this guy's manifesto, this
Hey,
guy was
that's
like an
me!
extreme like alt-right figure. He wanted to rely on government to literally kick out all Muslims from New Zealand. So he felt that he needed to go to a place and target and kill the most non-Muslims possible, and he went to a mosque and did it. I do think that like hateful rhetoric can lead to hateful acts of violence. I mean, that chain is to establish that is very complicated. You know, people maybe listen to a few jokes in one place, start posting a poll in another place, start getting drafted into more extremist groups, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of people that are really good gateways for this. I mean, Who's this people have guy? written out so many different types of studies for how you can start watching a Joe Rogan video and then go to Jordan Peterson and then wind up with more extremist figures like Nick Fuentes or maybe Lawrence Southern or something like that, and then eventually go down that extremist road.
I think at the beginning of your statement, you did give a little bit of credence to Nick and also Sargon's point that maybe he didn't feel like he was able to discuss these issues without being elated or hated for it.
Oh yeah, sure, but that doesn't mean that I think that those views are legitimate or need to be platformed. I think that's a bad dichotomy, right? If somebody says like, I want to kill all black people, well, I'm going to fire you if you say that on Twitter, and then they go out and actually kill black people because they got banned from Twitter. You wouldn't say, well, hold on, like, should we be suppressing this man's views? He felt like he had no way to express them, and now he actually went, well, no. I mean, the idea is we need to not have people have these anti-immigrant society, right? So views like Fuentes pushes, for instance, where he seems to be anti-immigrant or anti-person of color, or whatever, moving into certain countries where he feels like it violates their Western culture or whatever, however he does it.
How we doing, boys? What's going on? Ready to go again, man.
Hold on. Where did that shot come from? That was not very friendly. Ah. Is he? I swear to fucking God, if that fucking spider comes and fucks me. Sorry, hold on. I don't get to rate the loot. Rate. Chase him? All I have is my fucking Pharaoh, bro. I'm not outfitted for PvP. This guy. This motherfucker. He's not even gonna go loot it? He's just shooting me for no reason? To grief me? Whoa. Can I make bandages? Oh, I don't have field crafting.
Hey!
I hear somebody back there. This is why I don't like night raids, okay? Nobody's friendly up here, okay?
Hey there!
This guy's about to blast me the fuck away. Because he didn't talk. If you kill, you can loot all the things. No. I can't kill him. I have a Pharaoh. That's it. I need to leave. I just have to extract now. And I'm out of fucking bandages.
Another fucking day.
All right, let's hear what today's discussion will be.
The big question of the day: did Donald Trump suck Bill Clinton's dick? Yeah, stop 9 wars and you suck one dick. You're not a peacemaker. You're a dick sucker. And wouldn't that be crazy for like all the people that hate Donald Trump if he turns out to be the first LGBT president?
Not really. Like, you're basically saying that Trump being proven to have committed sexual acts in connection with Epstein means you get to own the libs. And I don't think that's the priority.
The French president is the same, apparently?
It is.
Yeah, I heard about that with his husband as well. Candace Owens and a bunch of other people think that she's a man. Well, we don't really know this, right? It's not something I would bet on. Isn't she also a pedo? Yeah, of course. But it was in Europe, and so, like, you know, like, they do things differently over there.
I think that Macron's relationship is weird, to put it mildly. But yesterday, you called Trump a piece of shit for calling out Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew's...
True. Sorry, hold on.
Hello, Raider!
Hello, Raider. Oh, see, that guy spoke. Oh, there's a guy back here. Oh, there's a guy back there. Oh, there's a guy. Oh my God, my people, we're safe. We're all safe here. We're all one family.
Relationship with Epstein without evidence. So I'd still call this a double standard even before you get to the idea that any conspiracy theory touted by Candace Owens is even remotely plausible.
In 9 wars, you suck one dick. You're not a peacemaker, you're a dick sucker. That's right.
Jack Doherty got arrested. If you don't know who that is, he had one viral moment last year when he crashed his McLaren on stream because he decided to go 90 miles an hour in the rain.
What? You can't drive fast anymore? You can't drive in America in the rain anymore?
I want to show you about a conversation Asmund had with his dad.
And I'm like, are you cooked? And he's like, what do you mean? Like, am I dead? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. Come over, let's find out.
This is what I'm talking about when I say his casual yapping is endearing, and it's something I haven't gotten from any of the other people I've watched. Maybe it's just my experience, but when you're dealing with a sick family, it's not just a constant deluge of sadness. There are the funny, awkward bits in the middle where you can eke out a laugh at the absurdity of the process. I think this is a good memory for Asmund to hold on to. Hassan is back in China again.
That kid is back on the escalator again.
Someone asks Hassan about the gay dating app's China ban, which he incredulously calls a Twitter rumor.
I think you just saw that on Twitter. Meanwhile, Twitter. It's all Twitter. Listen, just because you went to China doesn't mean you have to justify everything that China's ever done. You don't have to run PR for them. Feminism is still a dirty word in China. Guys, I already wanted to go. You don't have to keep convincing me.
You can probably tell from day one, but it's pretty clear this isn't just edgy humor. Asmund just doesn't like women. And if you reject that notion, let's finish up here and you'll see. Before he moves on from the subject, Asmund watches a clip of Destiny's reaction to Hassan's trip.
That's me! He's like Jackson Hinkle territory to me, like worse than Fuentes right now. I cannot believe that you would do a propaganda trip to China and that you would suck off Mao. I think that...
Klein worse than Fuentes is so retarded and biased. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't want to get into it. I mean, I can see why he says that. I can see why people would disagree, right?
Boy, I sure wonder if the implications of his non-comment won't reveal themselves later. This is Hassan's reaction to being gifted a little red book.
Really? Is that a Bible?
The fact that Hassan's entourage would think the Chinese government would offer him a Bible is just so telling about their understanding of the country.
The red book? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what it's about. I have no idea. Can you imagine if I did that? Like, let's say somebody gifted me a book of like fucking The Art of the Deal or like Mein Kampf, and I did that. Oh my god! Like that would just be, people would be talking about that on the, like around the whole world. Can you imagine that? Oh!
I'm pretty sure Asmund doesn't intend to make any implications here, but he's making implications here.
Because of the implication.
Now Asmund reacts to the trailer for a new Pokemon game.
Wow.
Wait, I don't think I got that 100%. Offer him a Bible? Is a video creator claiming that that Hassan's Chinese little propaganda official didn't offer him like the little red book or whatever, or did he mean?
It's ditto. This is made for people that have an IQ of like 65. And I am so excited to see every dumb e-girl probably playing this game on release. Oh, wow, it's a Squirtle. Oh, wow. Oh, God.
Remember what he...
Oh, wow. 65. And I am so excited to see every dumb e-girl probably playing this game on release. Oh, wow, it's a Squirtle. Oh, wow. Oh, God.
Remember what he said yesterday?
Like...
Yeah, oh yeah, because yesterday... Yeah, oh shit, yeah, because I was gonna say, I thought Pokemon was an e-girl game, but now it's not. I don't even know. It's hard to keep track sometimes.
I don't go to the salon, and we don't do that. We don't do that to them. You have Pokemon.
He watches the trailer for the new Call of Duty.
What a stupid game. This is tough. You can only choose wisely. Yeah, it's bread. Yeah, if it was regular bread, then it'd be a tougher decision. But yeah, with garlic bread, I mean, come on.
And then he finds out that a games journalist said Expedition 33 isn't an indie game, and so it shouldn't be nominated for an indie award. Asmund proceeds to loop.
It's not a loop. It's a spiral.
Asmund proceeds to spiral.
I wonder how much a game needs to be. What does indie game mean? What does that actually mean? There are times where, fuck, I feel like we had this conversation a long time ago, where like a new studio pops up and they make a game and it's like an indie game, but like they have millions in funding and like all of the devs and creators there all came from like AAA studios or whatever, and it's like, like how much did Radiant is saying, and we never trust Radiant, but he said 60 million. Like if E33 really cost $60 million, is that true? There's no way that's true. Wait, hold on. How much money did Expedition 33 cost to make? Developer Sandfall revealed less than $10 million. Okay. That's still fairly high. I wonder what the cutoff is there. It used to mean no publisher. Yeah, but who cares, right? Everything's released digitally these days.
Dumb retard idiot said this. Where's the dumb retard idiot that said this? You idiot. You fucking moron.
Which then carries over into anger at the Indie Game Award in general for being woke.
Uh-oh. Now you've done it. Now
the problem is not in their girth, but it is in their taste. Two overweight soy millennial men to go and gas up the Indie Game Awards, and you've got a bunch of nominations here of games that nobody even played. This is bad. I am so fucking upset, and these retards are sitting here making these award shows for other retards, and it's making me mad.
So just to make sure I understand, these are people you don't like promoting games you don't want to play to an audience you aren't a part of, and for some reason this is deeply offensive.
This is pathetic.
I mean, I agree, but not for the reason you intended.
Blue hair games? Yeah, all woke shit, bro. All annoying, cringe, like millennial slop woke trash. Oh, that's my lizard. Oh, he's on the wall. I tried to catch him the other day. I couldn't get him. He's fast.
And now we're looking at libs of TikTok.
Asmund has the same problems mine gains, surrounds himself with a very specific type of woman, and then gets mad they're not rocket scientists. It's not the e-girls or OnlyFans girls' fault. They're being used as representatives of womanhood when the average woman is a nurse or teacher who's offline. Sure, this is what I said before about like how, well, one, it's the meme of the conservatives building the cardboard people and then crying about them. But then two, it's this weird world where like people are just, somebody is showing you somebody to be upset about. And it's like, well, who is the representative of the left? It's whoever the conservatives tell you. I don't know if the left does the same thing. I'm trying to think if this happens on the left. Because like when I think of like who the enemies are on the right, it's like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Stephen Miller, Nancy Mace. It's like they're major political operatives, or Steve Bannon. They're major media figures. But then when the right goes to pick out their enemies, it's just like these random fucking people who are like 5-follower Twitter accounts or whatever. Yeah, I have this debate every time I go on fucking Piers Morgan. I was like, why the fuck do you care about this person?
Why are we looking at libs of TikTok?
Literally all Karens. All middle-aged white women.
But don't worry, it's not over yet.
Women are fed up. What is this, for lesbians? Articles like this are written by angry fat women in their 30s. so they can hopefully, ruin the marriage prospects. And
no, they're written to get rage clicks.
It's all a massive psyop. None of it is actually real. Okay, yeah, let's look up who wrote it. Let's see if it's a fat middle-aged woman. Let's find out.
More woke games media who don't like AI.
It's because
like, why even read this then? If that's who it's written by, and that's who it's written for. I wish that like other people, black people or women or somebody else just needs to do a thing where they just like go through the news and they just do it like this all day, right? Like me and Dan or me and Mr. Mooten can go through like the daily UFC boxing update. I don't know what the fuck, and watch like not Stephen Miller. Fuck, that's the guy whose name's on the black guy. Fuck. We just watch a shit all day. It's like, why is he talking about this? Who cares? Or like, nobody gives a fuck about this fighter. Nobody cares about this sport. Nobody gives a fuck about this. And just like say like over and over and over again. Oh, Stephen A. Smith, that's it. Yeah, and it's like, what? Because I'm pretty sure people just say, well, why are you watching this? Why are you listening to this? If you don't give a fuck about any of this shit, then why do you keep watching? Because I don't know. Because it makes me mad. Like what?
Because all of these studios and all of these people are totally bought and paid for, and they are pushing an agenda. I cannot wait for the day that I get to announce that this company is being shut down and they're having layoffs.
Like, why are you so ass mad about this? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Who cares? Just don't fucking watch it.
These like weird freaks get into your company. They're like a parasite or an infection, and you can't just remove every infected cell. You have to sever the limb.
Everyone knows once you start using language like parasite to describe someone, your ideology is a winner.
You can't rebuild Ubisoft. The only people who can do it is China, and the Middle East can also do it. It's because there isn't a cultural cost.
What the fuck? Okay.
For them simply firing all of the woke people. Same with Japan. Like, Japan just got rid of all of Square Enix English team. It's because they're a bunch of woke, weird losers.
Hilarious.
Is that why?
Final Fantasy 16 said the most unwoke thing possible outside of an actual slur about the game, and it still didn't sell well. Asmon has a message for people who don't like hearing the R word from their streamers.
It doesn't matter how many fat, annoying, stupid, middle-aged women.
Okay, I think you get the point now. Mexico had protests against the government for supposed connections to drug cartels in their country. It's actually amazing how horseshoe theory is proven in real time.
It's One Piece. It's just like One Piece. Are they taking back their country? I think it's because they think that she's in cahoots with the cartels. I don't know if she is or not. I don't know. Like, I think that to some degree you probably have to be cordial with them, but I don't really know that. I've never been to Mexico, so like, how am I really supposed to know? I mean, honestly, how can you run Mexico without working with them? I probably threaten their life and family. Well, I mean, El Salvador, I mean, the guy over there did it, and like, as far as I bet, they probably tried to threaten him too.
El Salvador suspended basic rights and arrested thousands of people, overcrowding their prisons even with the opening of CCOT. It's also reported that there are hundreds of political prisoners. Since 2022, the state has arrested over 3,300
Where does the spider live here?
Or connection to gangs. Interviews reveal that the police were given arrest quotas, meaning that this was likely done to pump up their numbers. They've also been held in detention and prisons with adults exposing them to potential abuse. Which, speaking of, torture and abuse are rampant. And now with the gangs gone, the ones committing crimes are now the police and the military.
I'm the president of Mexico seeking asylum in America. I can't believe he did this. They're January 6ing. I'm proud of them. They're January 6ing. Look at them go. Bro, it's like Helm's Deep. They're bringing in the ladders.
Just when I thought the disparity between his initial reaction to January 6th and this couldn't get any more stark.
Maybe this is like an egomaniac thing for me to say, but I do actually feel like I have